The Nintendo Switch is a great system, and the idea behind it is simple. It's a console-level machine that can operate as a handheld, and allows for the same gameplay as there would be on a console to be taken on the go. And even Nintendo pointed out how the Switch is like a accumulation of everything they've worked up to in the January reveal event in 2017. And based on the amazing sales of the console and the overwhelmingly positive reception to it, it brings up a good question. Hello all 173 of you, I'm Redkwan, and will the Switch mean the end of console innovation for Nintendo? It's almost weird to think of Nintendo ending their innovating ways. Nintendo has always been at the forefront of pushing hardware in new directions, and almost everything they've made shows that. The NES brought the directional pad. The SNES included the 4-button layout. The N64 popularized the analog stick. The DS was partially responsible for touchscreens. The Wii had motion controls, the 3DS had 3D, the Wii U had a controller that doubled as a screen, and the GameCube, well, it had a handle. And the Switch is also a pretty big step. It allows console games to be taken on the go or to be put in a dock, and it has the Joy-Cons, which have some interesting technology inside them and can be taken off the main controller for portable multiplayer. Nintendo has always been about trying to bring new and unique ideas for video game systems, and it would be odd for them to suddenly stop. But while it might be strange for the company known for trying new things with each and every console to suddenly stop, it might actually make the most sense. People love the idea and practicality of the Switch, and it seems like the perfect solution for a video game system. It has a little bit of everything, which allows it to do just about anything. I think the vast majority of Nintendo fans would want Nintendo to have the next system be something similar. I think the ability to take console games on the go and the whole concept of the Joy-Cons are ideas that I think would be hard for Nintendo to let go. It would probably feel like a step back if Nintendo tossed it all to the side for their next system and went in a completely different direction. I'm not saying that they couldn't make a great system if it didn't have the abilities of the Switch. I just think it would be a shame and probably a bad move if Nintendo were to start from scratch and lose everything that makes the Switch so appealing. I just don't think it'll happen. Even though Nintendo loves to try new things, I think that at least the major ideas behind the Switch will stick around for a while. But what exactly would keeping the Switch idea mean? Would that mean just having a powerful and TV connectable handheld with a bunch of new crazy ideas? Or would it mean Nintendo taking the PlayStation and Xbox route and just adding more power and a few smaller features and calling it the next edition? Will there even be a next thing? Or will the Switch go on to be almost like a platform for Nintendo? It's a strange situation because on one hand, Nintendo is a company that is known for innovation, but on the other hand, they got the Switch concept so right that it would be a shame to get rid of it. I think Nintendo will end up doing sort of a mix. Nintendo has said that they want the Switch to stick around 7 to 10 years, and that's a lot longer than they normally would do. I think that they're trying to get the Switch to last that long because they realize just how good of an idea the Switch is, and how well it has the potential to sell for a long time. So for the near term, it looks like the Switch in its current form is here to stay. And besides some minor improvements or possibly some hardware changes and some additional power, the Nintendo Switch will probably stay pretty much unchanged. Nintendo is also somewhat different now than it has been for a long time. New people are in new positions at the company, and that new perspective could very easily mean that unique ideas and trying crazy things with hardware aren't nearly as much of a priority. But what about after that time frame? 7 to 10 years is a long time, and a lot can change in that period, so it isn't exactly going to do much to try to guess. But I would say that after almost a decade of the same thing and a lack of innovation, Nintendo will probably try something pretty new again. I can't see Nintendo being content with the Switch as its one system for the rest of time, and I think that even with its crazy success and overwhelming praise, it will have run its course. Maybe the next system will take some of the Switch's best ideas, and I think having the same concept would be great, but I think they'll try something with it that takes everything in a new direction, at least to some extent. I think this would probably be the best option for Nintendo too. They would get as much as they could out of the Switch, maybe having some iterations that added power or some new functionality, and maybe some additional add-ons like the Labo is doing. And then when the Switch has gone as far as it'll go, we'll make something new and very different again. The way I see it, the Switch won't end Nintendo's hardware innovation, it just might put it off for a while. Personally, I think that the Switch idea is great. I think the next Nintendo system, whenever it does come out, whether it be 7 to 10 years or 5 years, like there's a good chance it will be, I think that the portable home console combination is a really great idea, and I don't think that they should get rid of it just because they want to try something new. If they have a new idea that would only work with going and separating them again, then that's fine. But I feel like it's a great idea that they should keep in at least some extent. I think that the Switch will be around for quite a while. It could be the best-selling Nintendo console ever. It's already on pace faster than the Wii, and while I feel like the Wii was targeting a bigger audience, if the Switch really does last 7 to 10 years, then just the amount of time and the great games that the Switch will continue to get could probably honestly pass the Wii at some point. Well, what do you think about the future of Nintendo console innovation? Do you think the Switch is the final model of Nintendo system, or do you think that they should continue to make new stuff? Anyways, I'm Redkwan. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all later. Goodbye.